to the family. Hi, Mama. Congratulations. Parang,
Baka we can use your mic talaga.
yung wire hindi dapat apakan. O, hindi ko na inaapakan.
Let's use your mic.
So anyway, welcome to the family. Congratulations with the new endorsement. Ma'am Olive, congratulations. It's a fantastic product. We're opening the floor for questions. Request ko lang, no personal questions kay Miss Moira. Okay, yan ang request ko. I'm not allowing her to answer personal questions. Gusto niya, pero ako may ayaw. Diba? Nag-uusap kami kanina. So anyway, the first question is from the lifestyle section of the Daily Tribune. Si Jocelyn Valle has a question for Ma'am Olive.
Okay.
Jo,
Yes, Miss Olive. Kasi kanina Chok mentioned na this is low sugar, low carbs.
Yes.
Is that can you please explain?
Oh, Aaron, can you please explain the low sugar? I'll ask Aaron to explain it. Just get the mic, Aaron. Low sugar, low sugar.
Less, actually.
Less sugar.
Hello, hi. The way we make Moira Clara Virgin is actually, we try to retain as much of the flavor that we have in Moira Clara Sangria. But of course, we use a combination of natural sugars and some proprietary blends that allow us to keep the sugar at a lower level than what you would usually have in our normal variant of Moira Clara Sangria. So I hope that answers the question. But we really try to keep it as a health drink, well, not a health drink, but a healthier alternative. It being 0% alcohol and being lower in sugar content.
Yeah, I think the sugar content is in the label, no?
It's
in the label.
7 grams. I think.
Yeah,
Chinek-
there's nutrition facts in the label,
I
yeah.
think 7 grams and 0 carbs
7 grams of sugar, yes,
per serving.
per serving.
And 0 carbs I think. This is good for ketone.
Since there's still actual sugars in it, I wouldn't recommend for keto. But again, I'm not a dietitian. But I wouldn't recommend for keto. Of course, it's 7 grams per serving, and I think because the product is such a good quality product and it tastes really good, I don't think anybody would have just one serving of that.
Being non-alcoholic, can this also be used for cooking?
Yes, it worked very well for cooking, but of course, if you need the effects of cooking with wine, we would recommend that you use our Maria Clara Sangria main variant because actually the purpose of the wine is really there's a tenderizing effects and there's also some deglaze effects. And really, when you cook with wine, or any alcoholic beverage for that matter, you really get rid also of all alcohol anyway with the cooking process. So it's not a big deal whether you use one or the other. I would just say that if you use Maria Clara Virgin for cooking, it's really more to get the flavor than a substitute for using wine or our main Maria Clara Sangria.
Pwede, Moira.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Moira, you are the brand ambassador for both variants, diba? The regular and the virgin. So, did you try na both?
Yes po. Yes po.
And which one did you like?
Yung hindi po.
Yung hindi virgin?
Oo.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
thank
But
you
the
so
other one's good. For when I don't wanna drink so much.
Thank you, Moira. Thank you so much. Our next question is from Random Republica, Miss Kate Adahar, followed by Push. Manila Santos, I think, has a question. Okay. Can we pass the mic? And then after Manila, Jeman Villanueva of Orange Magazine, I think, has a question. Kate, the microphone. Thank you. No personal questions for Moira, please. Thank you.
you shared with us your health journey online, pero how does this fit into your new lifestyle?
I love that the campaign for
Moira, you wanna use this microphone?
I think that mic is virgin.
Yeah.
Sorry, lost my train of thought. For the Maria Clara campaign in general, I think it's in moderation. It's your constant companion. And if it's a constant thing, you don't overdo it. And I think in the new lifestyle that I have adapted into my life, it's something that I would go to whenever I want to rest, whenever I want to just have my downtime, or whenever I just want to reward myself. It's not something I deprive myself of. And so it can be a reward, it can be a rest, it can be something I can celebrate with alone or with the people I love. And so everything in moderation. And so Maria Clara fits very well into that.
Thank you. And ma'am, well, there are obvious reasons. Why Moira?
Oh, why Moira? Because, well, she is a very talented singer. We do appreciate the songs that she created, and we felt that she can communicate the message through her songs. And having gone through a lot of hardships in life and challenges, that she understands what we all are going through, and she will be able to really send that message across, that we are not alone, that we have a friend in Maria, that we have a friend in Maria Clara. So I think she's the best person to really be our endorser for the brand, and also to be our spokesperson for this campaign. So she really fits the team. She fits it to a team, as they would say. So we're really happy to have Miss Moira as our endorser. And besides, she's so beautiful and talented, and followed by many Filipinos, not just in the Philippines but also abroad. So we're really honored to have her as our endorser. Thank you, Moira.
Thank you.
So both tayo.
Yes, I'll just get the. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Manila?
Hi, Moy. Congrats on your new endorsement. Can we just ask, what was your first reaction when you found out that they wanted you to be the face of the brand?
Well, if I can be completely honest, I had to think about it very well because it's an alcoholic brand. And I really wanted to be careful with my endorsements. And then they presented the campaign to me. And I do drink Sangre, I do drink Maria Clara. And I come from Olongapo. That's where I grew up in. And I remember for New Year's, my mom would actually, my family, my titas would bring in Maria Clara as well. And so these are things that I'm not foreign to. So that was one thing off of my checklist. Another thing was, I wanted to make sure that this was actually a brand that I can represent. And so when I looked at the campaign, they were looking for somebody who can represent Maria Clara, not just being, a brand that's been there for many years, but a brand that's been a friend for many years. And I believe that my music has been a friend. I don't really identify my music as, I've never really fit any stereotype. So I can never claim recognition when people give me recognition because I don't think I deserve it. In that sense, I know I work really hard, but at the same time, I know that so many other people are working twice, 5 times as hard as me. And so I say that acknowledging, and I'm proud of myself as well. But at the same time, I identify my music as not really as something I can boast about, but something that I can be a friend to people with through. Is that it? And so when Maria Clara presented the campaign to me, I loved it so much already, and I really looked through it, and then I said yes, and so yeah.
My last question. I think it's nice because this campaign also shows another side of you, which people, maybe your fans would really like to see. Can you share what other things you like to do to unwind also? And when you're unwinding, like, are you the type that you get drunk easily, or do you get just get to the point, stuff like that?
So ladies and gentlemen, this is my band, and they've been my best friends for the last 8 years. Gusto niyo ba sumagot? Lasinggera ba ako? Hindi. Pero mabilis ba ako malasing? Ayun po. No comment. Ito na lang po, magkikwento na lang po ako. Nung nag-TikTok po ako for Maria Clara. Tapos nakatatlong class po ako. Pagkatapos ko po i-shoot yan, nalasing na po. Hindi pa po nalabas yung virgin na lahat. So, yun po.
Yeah, hi Moira. Congratulations. Question ko lang isa, can you share yung creative process ng paggawa mo ng live? Na-mention mo kanina, di ba? Nakainom ka naman noon? Or paano yung thought process mo?
Hindi naman po ako nakainom nun. But I actually wrote 3 other songs for Maria Clara, but I kept scratching them because it didn't. I actually sang for commercial jingles when I first started my career, and it actually sorry, that's my train of thought. My first few years in the industry, I was actually singing for commercial jingles. And so I kind of have an idea how brands want their commercial jingles to sound like. And when Maria Clara approached me, I thought in my head that that was how they had originally wanted the jingle to sound like. But then in the end, when I look back at the campaign brief, it was very far from the jingles that I had made. And so I made something that I thought would be nice to listen to whenever you have a Maria Clara glass at hand, and trying to unwind and seeing Maria Clara as that constant companion, and trying to forget things or trying to escape things or trying to just rest your mind from thinking about things that you don't want to think about for a moment. I wanted to accompany that with music that will ease your mind for even just a little bit and remind you that kaya mo yan, you are not alone in this, and things are gonna be alright. And so that is kind of like the process of how Maria Clara was written.
When's the best time for you to drink Maria Clara? And do you drink before you perform or after?
Hindi po. akala po nila lagi po akong nakainom. Pero gusto ko pong sabihin sa inyo, hindi naman po. Ganito lang po talaga akong magsalita. Paglabas ko po sa nanay ko, ganito na po talaga po. Pati pag iyak ko po ata, ganito na rin. So, pasensya na po. Baka yung nanay ko po uminom ng Maria Clara, kaya paglabas ko, ganito na.
Nung pinanganak si Moira, gano'n, diba? Nakakaloka. Ang next na magtatanong is from Juan Mega, the editor-in-chief of Mega Entertainment, and from TV5, the gorgeous MJ Marfori.
Hi Moira, congratulations in this campaign. So actually yun nga, sinabi mo na you've always been like that. Can you just take us, yun na nga, nasa drinking, sinabi rin ng band mo kanina na parang you're a lightweight. Can you talk about yung mga moments mo with Maria Clara and ano ba, ilang shots ba ng Maria Clara bago ka magka-hit?
Parang mga 3 glasses po. Before I get a hit. But it depends. It depends when I'm sad.
Why? Wait, what kind of social drinker are you?
I don't know. Define social drinker. I mean, in our industry, we always have to be social.
Mhm.
I am an introvert, but I had to learn to be social. And I'm an introvert and I have ADHD. And so I had to learn how to be social and to be around people. So I have learned to kind of drink socially. So when I'm out, I kind of know how to control my drinking. But when I am around people I'm safe with, I do allow myself to get a little drunk.
Well, you deserve mo naman sa ano mo no sa hirap mo magtrabaho, 'di ba? At kumayod at mag-perform. Pero let's talk about yun nga, yun last, yung drinking and your ADHD. How do you balance that? How do you handle that? Especially of course, no, it can kick in.
Yes. Everything in moderation. Again, I don't believe in depriving yourself. I think when somebody asked something about keto, I actually did all the diets before, and nothing really worked until I just last year I just decided to just take it easy and to just take things one step at a time, and then the weight just came off naturally with the help of my hormone doctor, and so everything just happened effortlessly. But I wasn't really focusing on my weight, it was more my mental well-being, and I wasn't depriving myself of any food of Maria Clara. I wasn't depriving myself of anything. I was just taking everything in moderation. I was taking my time, taking it one day at a time, and everything just slowly happened. And so I think it's knowing how to acknowledge my weaknesses as well as my strengths, and acknowledging what was good for me and what was bad, and knowing what to walk away from. And so yeah, I think that's how I kind of took care of myself.
Well, you look fabulous,
Thank you
and
so much.
congratulations in this partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss MJ. Let's finish first the press from this side and then I'll go to the other side. May question si Mr. Ana Bicol of Pika Pika and the Philippine Ambassador to Korea and writer of Philippine Entertainment Portal, Rose Garcia. Rose?
Hi Moira, congratulations no. My question is kasi dito nakita namin dito sa box ng Maria Clara Sangre, may nakalagay parang ito yung parang slogan or something na part of your life na nasabi mo yung salitang yun, no? Yung katagang to na everything will be alright. And why?
I couldn't fill up. Ano po? I think that's a faith line. I think for all of us. I think none of us know exactly what happens in the future. But we all choose to have faith anyway. I was in Canada with my band for my world tour in April. In March. And we were in 5 cities. And in those 5 cities, whenever I'm in a city or in a country, I would usually know kung saan ako pupunta, kung may gusto akong makita. But for some reason, one of the cities, there was only one city in Canada that I didn't really know what to expect from, and it was Winnipeg. And so upon arriving Winnipeg, I didn't really have any plans, and so I just stayed in the hotel room. But it was in Winnipeg that I got to be head to head with a polar bear with. And then it was in Winnipeg that we saw the Northern Lights. And it was also in Winnipeg that we made history being the first Filipino to ever perform at the Canada Life Center. And as sharing with the audience there, because that was one of our favorite performances ever, that a lot of times we have all these questions and we have all these plans, but we are always told, oh, just one step at a time, just one day at a time. But what happens when you don't know what happens tomorrow? What happens when you don't see the next step? And that's when I realized that as long as I know God is with me, I'm good. Because it didn't really matter that I didn't know what to expect in Winnipeg, because it exceeded my expectation anyway. And so that's when I wonder what would happen if I stopped boxing God in my set of expectations and I just trusted Him anyway. Yeah, I'll plan. Yeah, I'll dream, I'll have faith. But I wonder what will happen if I still entrusted everything to Him anyway, because He's gonna exceed my expectations anyway. Because of all the cities, that was the best one. And that was the one I didn't plan for. And so that city changed my life and my perspective that, yeah, I may not know what happens next, but if God is with me, I know it's gonna be okay and everything's gonna be alright.
Yeah, that's good. So, pwede din sabihin na you're more than all right now.
Yes.
That's nice. Okay. Last question na lang. Nung in-offer sa'yo to, syempre, ang pangalan ng drink is Maria Clara, Virgin Sangre. So napaisip ka ba na paano mag-reflect sa akin yung Moira Clara? Or at this age, would you say na there's still this Moira Clara in Moira? And paano yun?
I'm sorry, I don't
Nung in-offer sa'yo to, di ba, pangalan ng drink is Maria Clara, Virgin Sangria. So nung napaisip ka ba na why me? Kasi we all know what is what represent Maria Clara, di ba? So ikaw ba at this age, would you say na you still have that Maria Clara characteristic?
I think so. Yes. No, I know so, because I think the modern Filipina should not fit the stereotype anymore.
Okay, thank you. Kaya na lang, Ma'am Olive. Ayan, medyo na-confuse lang po kami ng konti dito kasi nabanggit ni Moira na after drinking 3 glasses, tama ba, ay medyo na natitipsy na siya or medyo na... Kasi parang...
po kasi ako.
Oo nga, pero parang it's a non-alcoholic drink naman po, tama po ba? So, meron pa rin talaga siyang effect, ganun po.
I think Miss Moira drank the regular sangria, Maria Clara, not the
okay.
virgin. Kasi virgin para niya ubusin yung bote at walang epekto.
First thing.
Non-alcoholic kasi siya, di ba?
Yeah. Hindi po ako nalalasing dyan. Tingnan, baka po kayo malasing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hi Moira. Yung question, kasi yung kanta mo tsaka itong Maria Clara, parang parang tungkol sa celebration of friendship. Gusto lang namin, ako personally gusto kong malaman, can you give us a glimpse of what kind of a friend si Moira at kung anong klaseng friend ang gusto mong meron ka sa buhay mo?
Um, Ang galing naman po ng tanong niyo. I think in this season of my life, I have defined my first circle and my second circle of friends. And visit ka. Ito po, first circle ko. Nagdo-dog show habang nagpe-press ko. But I think it takes a while for people to really know who their first circle is. And it definitely took a while for me. And I'm really, really thankful that in the last few years, God really helped me define who my friends are. And for me, these people really showed me what friends really look like. And they have been behind me for the last 8 years. And they've never left my side. It's a safe space. I think a friend is there to, they're not people who will tolerate when you do something wrong. But you will read it in their hearts, the intention when they correct you. Because there will always be noise around you. There will always be opinions. But you'll always hear intention. You'll always feel safe when the intention is coming from a good place. And that's a real friend. And with my band, there was never ever a time that we always fight. Don't get me wrong. Especially Chooks and I, we're like twins. But there was never a time that we fought that I felt like he didn't love me. And so with my band, like, I feel like that's how friends are. You stick together through thick and thin. You grow together, you go together. And you love each other through all the changes. I've changed so much over the years, but they've embraced every change. And they've loved me through every change and through every phase. And I'd like to think I did the same for them. Cheers.
Thank you, thank you. Our next question is from Jojo Panaligan of Brighter PH. Jo?
Thanks. Moira, do you have a funny or cute kwentong lasing? What happens to you pag medyo you drink a little more than usual?
Alin? Unfortunately po, hindi ko na po sila maalala.
Yun. But at least honest yun. Okay. Pag Moira ka na ba, love life pa din ang topic pag nalalasing, ang number one topic, kagaya ng most of us.
Naku, hindi po. Anong top?
Top topic pag nalalasing.
Ingat ka.
Nagsispeech daw po ako. Nagsispeech daw po ako, tapos iniisa-isa ko po sila ng ano, kung gaano ko sila kamahal.
Mga 3 hours.
Sige!
3 hours.
Speech about
Wala, about the friendship. Ganyan. 2 to 3 hours.
Nasisenti po ako.
Send.
About friendship po. Yung mga taong hindi umalis.
taong hindi umalis.
Kaibigan.
Two more questions, Moira. Have you ever written a song habang nakainom that turned out to be a hit? And what are those? Ibang hit song na bunga ng medyo nakainom?
Kung meron man po, baka hindi ko na rin po naalala.
Hindi na. Last question ko, what's your advice to people na pag nakakainom, doon lumalabas yung bubog sa buhay nila?
Para po sa inyo po ba ito?
Well para sa iyo.
Ano pong pangalan niyo, sir?
Jojo.
Sir Jojo, everything will be alright. Drink moderately.
Salamat.
Thank you! Dito po tayo ha. Ito po ako. Ang next na magka-question, the iconic and legendary MJ Felipe. Nagulat siya. Halika MJ para makita ka nilang lahat. Patrol ng Pilipino, pasok!
Hi, Moira. No, kay Miss Olive muna. Miss Olive, I don't know if this question was already asked, pero bakit si Moira ang napisip ninyo mag-represent ang inyong brand?
Actually, si Miss Moira, ang nag-recommenda sa amin, anak ko, tsaka marketing namin.
Yung anak po ninyo ang mag-represent.
Kasi hindi, to be honest, hindi naman ako talaga nagpo-follow masyado. Hindi na ako nanonood ng TV eh. Diba? So, nirecommend siya ng mga anak ko at saka ng marketing manager namin na, oh my gosh, ang galing ni Miss Moira, gano'n, diba? So, sabi ko na lang sa kanila, sa totoo lang, hindi ko naman, walang ano, hindi kasi ako nagpa-follow, hindi ko naman alam si Miss Moira. Pero yung nalaman namin na kung sino si Miss Moira, eventually kami na husband ko, senior na kasi kami. Diba? Oh, go. Diba? Go na. Oo. So, happy naman kami. We're very happy that, kasi actually there are many things in marketing now that we have done that I didn't really know about, but I tried to embrace what the young people like because we have to know what the market wants. So even if something that I don't understand or I don't know, then it's my duty to know and to understand what the market wants. what the young people want, di ba? Even if I'm of a different generation, I think to be a good marketer, we must understand what really the market is looking for, what they appreciate. It's no longer a matter of my preference, but I should be able to deliver what the market wants. So that is the very essence of marketing. And knowing, after that, knowing what Moira has achieved, what she have accomplished, and how the market really values and appreciates what she has done for the music industry and what she has done to reach out to people's lives. I know we made the right decision. No? So I'm really very thankful also for our marketing people who push us to understand how important it is to be in touch with the current reality and to understand what the market wants. And it's a learning process for all of us. I think for as long as we're alive, it's a learning process. If we want to be successful, we have to be up to date. And I'm here with you and I truly, truly appreciate it. And judging from your questions, I know that you really also appreciate the choice of our endorser. You want to know so much about Moira and Maria Clara Sangre. So I'm happy that, to hear all of that today. Thank you very much.
Moira, was it your decision na non-alcoholic yung i-endorse mo? I say that because ang trend na ngayon, every time your fans would listen to your song, susunod nakainom sila. Parang lalabas nila yung hugot nila. So, ikaw ba personally, was it your choice that non-alcoholic yung i-endorse mo?
I actually endorse both. So I endorse the alcoholic one and the non-alcoholic one.
Okay.
So they can listen to me if they want to drink and if they don't want to drink.
Pero naniniwala ka ba na mas lumalakas ang loob pag nakainom?
Pag takot.
Hindi pag hindi pag nakainom.
Pag masaya kasi malakas yun. So, ito pong masaya ata.
Masaya ka ba ngayon?
Oo.
So malakas ang loob mo ngayon?
Yes.
Iba. Thanks.
On my own.
On your own. Ready to
Please not.
not ready to take somebody else with you? Okay, alright. Thanks, Moy.
Naku, Ma'am Olive, naka-Maria Clara Sangria original na yun sa kapilang table. Hindi virgin ang iniinom nila. Ang next question po natin is for Ma'am Olive, si Dina Chan of Business Mirror, the lifestyle section of Business Mirror. Dina?
Miss Olive, I'd like to know what the market share of Maria Clara Sangre is now, the original one.
Hello. So we are the top. We are the number one sangria brand in the Philippines. No, so that's what I will share with you. And then actually, we're the only locally made sangria, I would say. So it's really our contribution to the Philippine liquor industry. Thank you.
Also, next question. What market do you want to tap? The virgin sangria.
For the virgin, it's like people who don't really drink alcoholic beverage, people who sometimes don't want to, are drinkers but can't drink at a particular in a particular occasion. For instance, they're driving but they're in a party, they can't drink. No? So I think we want to give them that option. And then there is also a market for non-alcoholic beverage in other countries. So we also want this as for its export potential. There is really a market for non-alcoholic beverages. Kasi there are only a few products that are non-alcoholic beverage, no? Especially for instance in Muslim countries. They can't drink, but they like to have something that's like something they can enjoy for social events. So I think that's a good market also for us.
Thank you, Ma'am Olive. We're down to our last two questions. This is Isel Abanilia of the very fantastic Republic Asia. I love your platform. Fantastic.
Ayan, my first question is for Miss Olive. Miss Olive, since Maria Clara Virgin brand is basically non-alcoholic, pwede po ba natin masabi na pwede siyang ma-recommend, for lack of a better term, to kids, di naman literal na bata, but those coming of age, if they want to explore na gusto na nilang matry na uminom, pero syempre hindi pa sila pwede ng mga hard liquor talaga. Pwede po ba si Maria Clara? Would it be safe to influence the kids to take the variant?
Well, maybe to influence, I wouldn't use the word influence, pero I think, as she said, if they're coming of age, it's also acceptable kasi there's no alcohol naman. So, alcoholic products is for individuals age 18 and above. Since this doesn't contain alcohol, it can really be taken by anyone. Although, to be politically correct, we don't really say we want to encourage children to drink it, or we want to influence, or we want to promote it to children, but really more for people who don't really want to drink alcohol. It's really more that, no? Kasi it's really, we have to also be careful how we market our brands, di ba? It's, we must always be politically correct in society.
I think it's more for also we don't also especially for Filipinos. I think we don't like it when people are left out. So when we're in social gatherings, ang lungkot-lungkot ng mga nakatubig lang, yung mga na-assign mag-drive, di sila ano. So yung mga gusto mo kunwaring lalasing din sila konti, pwede na yung momento.
Pwede. For Moira naman, kanina kasi diba natanong na if you've ever written songs na medyo drunk ka, yun. Pero do you think ba you actually could write better songs with a kick of maybe an alcohol on the side or wine? Tingin mo mas hugot pa yung mga kanta mo more than they already are?
Hindi kasi ako wild lasingin, inaantok po ako. So kung kaakala nyo, ganito na, mas mabagal po ako nagsalita pag nalasing. So, I don't think so. Although I've never tried, so if I do try, I'll let you know.
Yes, and we're down to the last question. Guys, at ibibigay natin ang floor. Ito, Ma'am Olive, bangs pa lang, endorsement na. Miss Janice Navina, the editor of my favorite platform, Bulgar. Diba? Paborito natin. Kaibigan natin ang may-ari ng Bulgar, si Madam. Yes.
First, congratulations to Moira and to Maria Clara, Sangre. I have 3 questions. Yung first question ko, kasi Moira, you mentioned na, a while ago na you're an introvert. Diba? Parang isa yun, kung sa PhD, you're an introvert. So, gusto ko malaman na, anong feeling mo nung nalaman mo magkaka-press con ka? Nahaharap ka sa maraming tao, especially sa press. Uminom ka ba muna ng Maria Sangre para lumakas ang loob mo?
Hindi naman po, kasi lalo po ang kakabahan. I think I've mentally, I need to mentally prepare for it more. I think I'm okay. It's more the vicinity for me. And you guys have made me feel relatively safe naman. So thank you so much. So I think it's more that. I think it's more a mental preparation for me.
So ngayon sanay ka na mababait naman palang press people.
Kayo po.
Ayan. tingin mo yung gusto mong makasama while drinking Maria Clara Sangria? Yung habang nag-chill lang, nagkakwentuhan, kung may isang tao na gusto mong makasama.
Aside po sa
Yes,
kanila.
aside sa kanila.
Yung iba ko pong friends.
Sa showbiz pa. Sa showbiz.
Ano po?
Sa showbiz, para may headline
Ah, sa
naman siya.
Kakagaling ko lang po ng Milan. And si Casey Tantingan po. Siya po, sa lahat po ng abroad na, sa lahat po ng tour na lipad namin, laging kami yung roommates. So, isa po siya actually sa best friends ko sa industry. So, if I can drink with someone, actually po, ako po ata nagsabi sa kanya, ayun, may sagot na ako kay Sir Jojo. Ay, Sir Jojo, lasing story. Sabi ko po kay Casey, 4 years ago, nung nag-asa room po kami, sabi ko, ako bahala sa'yo, aalagaan kita. Inom tayo. Ending po, siya nag-alaga sa akin. Tapos po, hinila po kami nila Kuya Zanjo, ng Katnil, ni Ate Dimples, ni Miss Jody Santa Maria. Naglakad po kami sa outskirts ng Rome after ng show. Tapos, kalad-kalad lang po kami ni Casey. Tapos, nakahanap po kami ng restaurant. Tapos, order po kami. Mahal pa po ng in-order ng Casey. Order kami T-bone steak. Tapos siya, order siya ng pasta, ganyan. Tapos, dumating yung bill, tinginan kami. Wala tayong dalang pera. So, yun po. Hindi po kami nagbayad. Si Kuya Zanjo po ang nagbayad. So,
Wow, buti naman ang si Zanjo.
medyo wala din po siyang choice. Yun po, hindi ko po malilimutan yun. Tapos nung nag-Milan po kami for ASAP, siya po ulit yung ka-roommate ko. Tapos inofferan na naman po kami ng alak. Tinignan na naman po niya ako ng masama. So, yun po. If there's someone I would always want to drink with, it would be Casey.
Thank you, Don Moira. Okay, yung last question ko. As a composer na rin, if you're going to rewrite your life, which aspect of your life would you like to rewrite over a glass of Maria's Clara Sangre?
Tatanggalin ko po yung S dun sa Maria's Clara.
Maria Clara Sangre. Para kami lasing.
No, nakakainom na po ba kayo? Virgin po yung naano natin today. Hindi ko po alam. Kasi parang madami po akong gustong baguhin if it were up to me. But at the same time, I also don't think I'd be the person that I am today if it weren't for those things. So, I don't like acting like I'm God. I don't like acting like a doctor when I'm just supposed to be a patient. So if I were to rewrite anything, I think I'll rewrite the parts where I kept complaining. I think I'll rewrite the parts where where I spent so much energy questioning God instead of trusting Him. Because if it was gonna lead me to where I am now, even if I still have questions, I still know it's gonna lead to good things and everything will still be good. Everything will still be alright.
So you still choose to be Moira?
Huwag po kasi yun po yung pangalan ko.
Hindi.
Moira Clara.
Moira Clara.
Oh.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you so much.
And with that, we're done. Congratulations. Palakpakan po natin si Moira, Miss Lilia Lintuaco, and Maria Clara Virgin Sangria. I pass on the floor now to Sam.
Thank you very much, Chuck. And of course, thank you once again to Moira and of course, Miss Olivia for answering the questions To our friends from the press, Miss Olivia, thank you very much. Let me help you down the stage. And Miss Moira, I'd like to ask you to stay on stage as we have a very special moment that we would like to share with everyone here today. So as we mentioned kind of a little bit earlier, the new song, Maria Clara, has been making rounds on TikTok. Let me move over here. I think that's a little bit better. There we go. So as I mentioned earlier, Maria Clara, there we go. Maria Clara has been making rounds on TikTok already, and it was actually part of a recent challenge, the hashtag Moira Clara challenge, which recently has actually gone viral as well. So I would like to draw everyone's attention again to the screen so that we can get a little glimpse into the hashtag Moira Clara challenge.